everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs podcast, where we empower both new and experienced entrepreneurs, high performers, business owners to overcome the challenge of work life balance, break bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits, behaviors, and build new habits, create new rituals, new routines. I'm your host, Muhammad Faraj, and today our topic is your habits either build you or can break you. So today our topic is very, very special, and I believe this episode can make a big change in your entrepreneurial life, whether you're an entrepreneur or solopreneur or business owner or a high performer. I think these concepts, this episode will make a big change in your entrepreneurial life, and it will show you why you do something every day, why you are keeping the same habits or behaviors or routines, and you wonder sometimes why you can't break bad old unhealthy habits or behaviors, why you're not improving, why you're not making progress with your habits, with your routines, why you don't eat healthy, why you get so easily distracted, why you keep complaining to your friends or other co-workers or colleagues about your habits, about your routines. So today I'm gonna discuss these habits, and I'm gonna provide you with tips, practical strategies that you can apply into your entrepreneurial life. And I promise you, if you follow this recipe, if you follow these tips or practical strategies, I believe that it can make a big difference. It can make a big transformation in your entrepreneurial life. And I'm talking from my own experience. It's not that I learned it from a different resource or I heard this in a different podcast or content. It's my own experiment, it's my own experience, and I believe if you can apply these principles, these tips into your entrepreneurial life, it can make a big difference in your entrepreneurial life. See, so many entrepreneurs, and I used to be one too. I used to complain a lot about my habits, and I believe that other entrepreneurs also they complain about their habits, their routines, and why breaking bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits is very hard. It feels very difficult. So many entrepreneurs they feel like breaking bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits, behaviors. It's a long process. It takes so much time, energy, effort. You seem like you feel like you're stuck with your habits. You feel stagnant with your routines. You feel like whatever you do, whatever you try, or how much you work on your habits, you seem like you fall back to your old habits. You seem like you're doing the same behaviors, the same habits. It doesn't matter if you have a good day or bad day. So that's why I choose to talk about this topic, because I see and hear so many people, entrepreneurs, they complain, they struggle with breaking and replacing habits. And I believe that this is a big challenge and obstacle that so many entrepreneurs face. So I made a mistake recently, and I learned a lot from this mistake. And I had to sit down with myself, and I was doing my journaling. So I was asking questions to myself, and I was trying to discuss with myself, figure out exactly why am I repeating those habits? Why am I not progressing? Why am I doing the same thing every day, every week? It seems like I live the same lifestyle. It doesn't matter how much I try, how much I measure or do a hard work. seems like I'm not seeing that results. So I was doing journaling and I was writing down my thoughts, my experiments, all the tests that I make, all the habits that I keep repeating. So I always write my notes in a Google Drive sheet where I register or journal all my notes there, and I try to learn and discuss my habits, my rituals, my behaviors with myself, because I want to identify the issues, the struggles, the hinders, the problems that we face as entrepreneurs, and how can we change those hinders? How can we make them work for us? How can we break and replace bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits? How can we improve our healthy life, our fitness life, our productivity life, our performance? How can we focus much more? How can we avoid unhealthy, negative habits or distractions that keep showing up in our entrepreneurial life? So, what I came out, or the results of my experiment, was the following. So, I'm going to go through some principles, some reasons about making a better life, about improving your entrepreneurial life. And I promise you, if you learn this, if you apply them into your entrepreneurial life, this will make a huge impact in your entrepreneurial life, and you will experience a different life in a week, in a month, and you will be very thankful that you took actions toward these practical tips that I will be sharing with you. So I'm gonna go through with the first one. How to break bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits is that to break bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits, first thing you need to have a big vision. There's no entrepreneur or successful entrepreneur or business owner that I know that they didn't start or they didn't continue building good habits, good rituals, routines without a big vision. Every entrepreneur I know, every successful character that I listen to their content, that I learned from their experiences, that I read their books, they have mentioned that they had a big vision that they always constantly feel it, think about it, keep reminding themselves with that vision when they do their affirmation, when they talk on the mirror with themselves and do affirmation by saying good things about themselves, and they mention their vision too. Or when they wake up first thing in the morning, they are not thinking about the bad habits. They are not thinking about what's happening in the world, in the economy, or in the politics. They are not focusing on negative habits or the unknown, or that something, or their goals are not visible. They're just unknown. They're unpredictable. No, the first thing they wake up is they imagine their vision. They visualize their vision. They have a big vision both for their life and for the people around them and the change they want to make in other people's life. So instead of focusing on negative habits, thoughts, feelings, emotions, worriness, or self doubts, or anything else, they think, they feel, they imagine, they visualize their vision. So this is the number one that energizes them, that make them push forward to work on their day, to work on their habits, on their behaviors during a regular day. And the other thing, the other quality that they follow or to build new good habits is to identify the type of person that you want to be, or the identity that you want to shape or adapt with yourself. Like, you need to remind yourself that you are extraordinary, that there's a reason why you wake up early in the morning. There's a reason why you put the hard work in your business. There should be a reason. There should be identity or a type of personality that always make you fall back into good, healthy habits instead of bad, old, unhealthy habits and behaviors. So you need to remind yourself that I am a type of person who loves to eat healthy. I am a type of person who loves business, entrepreneurship, or taking care of their life, their health, their productivity, their performance. So every successful entrepreneur, every successful character, I hear people talk about identity. So they don't rely only on habits. They don't rely only on goals written every day. They don't rely on other people. They don't rely on any other resources or their endless goals. They rely on identity or a type of personality. I am a type of person, for example, I don't like to waste time. I don't like to eat chunky, unhealthy, sugary foods, products, because I'm aware of the impact that it will make in my both healthy life and entrepreneurial life. So I always keep reminding myself that I'm extraordinary, that I am unique, I'm special, and that I'm going to do something great in my life. Why? Because I have an identity for myself. As a Muslim, I'm a type of person I don't like so much unhealthy, negative content or behavior, or I don't like to show off for people. I don't like to break my rules or my promises. So I always commit to my identity. I'm a type of person who loves entrepreneurship. I love serving people. I love doing help services for others. So you need to have an identity and you need to keep reminding yourself with your identity. The other thing that is the reason why other people they succeed in life. For example, one of the successful, big, known, popular entrepreneurs that I know, that I always listen to their content and their books, is called Ed Milet. I think in one of his content, he talks about how he went from someone who was so poor, and even they closed down the water, they turned off the water on his place. So he didn't have a water to take shower. So him and his wife, they were taking shower in a swimming pool by their apartments. So they had very, very big problem with economy, with finances. So they struggled a lot. But now he's very, very successful. He's very known globally. He's one of the most famous and successful speakers in the world. So he mentions that he had people in his life that he loved so much, that he cared about them, whether family members or friends, that they were contributing in his success. They were contributing in him doing good, repeating good habits, being productive, being laser focused and concentrated on his life, on his habits, on his health, on his business. So those family members and friends that he had in his life, they made a change in his life. They were pushing him to be unlimited, to leave his comfort zone, to work on his health, on his habits and business. So you need to do the same. Imagine the people that you love in your life, the loved ones, the family members, your friends, your relatives, the people that you love, that you care about, that you always think about in your life. So those people can contribute, can help you to break your old bad habits, build new habits, new rituals where you are staying and maintaining a healthy life, a productive life, and improved performance. So seek out for these people, and I am sure they will help you. They will hold you accountable. They will always remind you of how unique you are, how special you are, how smart you are, how successful you are, how good person you are, how generous you are, how respectful you are. So those people can contribute to your success. And when they contribute in your routines, in your habits, I believe they will be contributing in your future success and accomplishments. And the other tip that I would love to share with you, that I believe it can enhance your life, it can always push you to build new habits, to break old bad habits. You need to live a life with meaning, a life that's filled with love, care, happiness, fulfillment. You need to adapt this life in your entrepreneurial life. You need to live a life with a meaning. There has to be a meaning why you wake up early in the morning. There has to be a meaning why you want to do good habits and break your old bad habits, why you want to eat healthy, why you want to avoid pleasurable places, places that contains drinking, alcohol, or like fake stuff, or unhealthy places, unhealthy activities, or activities that just wastes your time, that doesn't make you a happy person or a successful person. For example, every year here in Sweden, there is a city where they have what is called Classic Week, Car Week, Classic Car Week, where during this week you see crazy people. They drink a lot. Their cars, their classic cars, is full of drinks, alcohol, beers, and they're drunk all the time. They're just wasting time. They're just driving their cars, showing off to people. They play very loud music where people in the community, they can't sleep, they can't help their children sleep. They're very noisy. They're just drinking. They wear very terrible, like disgusting clothes. They waste so much oil, benzene, gas on those cars. They waste a lot of money. They waste a lot of money during that week. It feels like very stupid. It feels very crazy. It's not an event or activity that brings you happiness, that you enjoy, that you feel like it's very, very fun to participate in that activity or event. People feel disturbed. People feel annoyed in the community. Some people, they wish that this event will be away or removed. So live a life with meaning. When you do good habits, when you work on your business, in your entrepreneurial life, you need to live a life with meaning. You need to avoid pleasurable places or things. You need to avoid any activities that wastes so much time, that doesn't make you happy, that doesn't make you healthy, that doesn't improve your entrepreneurial life. So avoid living a life with pleasure, just being hungry for pleasure. Instead, live a life with meaning that always brings you so much love, happiness, and fulfillment. And the other thing that can help you a lot in breaking your bad old unhealthy habits is to think about people in your community, whether if they are young people, kids, or older people, but those people that you keep always think about, that you always tie your habits, your routines to those people in your community, because your goal as an entrepreneur, You want to make a difference in the community. You want to help your community to have a better, healthy, successful community, that you're going to make a change in their life, that people, when they see you outside, when they meet you, they smile at you, they feel happy, successful, satisfied when they meet you. So you want to help your community regardless of the area or industry that you are in your entrepreneurial life. But there should be product and services and help that you are providing for the people in your community, because this is how we build good, healthy, positive communities, by helping them, by serving them, by contribute to their success. For example, the author of Atomic Habits, James Clear, he has a big community where he serves his community. He has a newsletters and he publishes articles, content to help his community build better habits, to contribute to their healthy life, to their happy life, to their successful life. So tie your habits, your routines to your community. And the other thing, the other step that I wanted to talk about contributions and services that you want to provide. You as an entrepreneur, your goal is to help others by contributing, by providing services that you want to provide to those people. What service are you providing? How are you helping people to solve their problems, or where they are struggling in their life, in one of the areas of their life? So you need to know the services, the products that you are providing that will make you or push you to build good habits around that goal, about those services that you try to provide. Because as Ed Milet usually mentions in his speeches, you are most qualified to help and serve others if you are seeking to provide service, if you are seeking to help others to solve their problems. So think about the contributions and the services and the products that you're providing. That will be very, very easy for you to build new habits, to break your old habits. And the other thing is that this is a game changer. This is a number one. This is very, very important. I believe that if every entrepreneur adopt or think about this in their life, I promise you, breaking bad old unhealthy habits will be much, much easier, and you will do good habits automatically. Is that you need to have a big why. I hear so many successful entrepreneurs, for example, Amy Porterfield or Elon Musk. Those people, they keep mentioning that when they worked on their businesses in their entrepreneurial life, they had a big why, they had a big reason that always pushed them to build good habits, to maintain good habits, to not or avoid falling back to their old habits. So there should be a good reason, a big why when you wake up in the morning, that will push you to do your morning routine, to maintain good, healthy, productive, positive habits that will always push you outside your limits. Because you, as an entrepreneur, you are unlimited. You are not limited to a habit. You're not limited to a certain behavior. You can build new habits. You can break your old bad habits, because you, as a human being, you're unlimited. But to do that, you need to have a big why. You need to keep reminding yourself with your big why. The reason why you want to be a successful entrepreneur, the reason why you want to grow and build your business or accomplish your goals, your dreams. So having a big why to work on your habits, to break your old bad negative habits and build new habits is very, very important.